Welcome back. Inferno is the second map in this best of 3 series. It's must win. It's all must win for Avangar if they want to make it to LAN. There's still money on the line, but the main money is in London. The briefcases, the brown envelopes, and the dodgy handshakes in the corner. It's all in London. So make sure you get down there. Actually, when I worked in property, one of my clients was an ex-bank robber.
Oh.
Who I showed him around an office once. He looked around it, and then he looked around it for about 15 seconds, and then he agreed to buy it for almost £900,000. And he was telling me that when you're robbing a bank, you never point the guns at the hostages because it makes them nervous and things like that. It was a very interesting conversation.
So he was an armed robber.
Yeah. I mean, you're not going to just walk in there and be like, "Give me money." You're going to be like, "No." So you need you need force.
The punishment would be a lot less. Force.
I suppose it would be, but the success rate would be a lot less as well.
Was he successful?
I suppose he was successful until he was unsuccessful.
What if he's buying a building for, £1 million? Probably
well,
successful.
He did serve for his crimes.
That means that he's converted enough that he can then invest in real estate.
I'd go to jail for 8 years. Give me 10 million. Why not? Maybe we could change the system. Who knows?
I don't know.
I think you'll be changed after 10 years in prison.
I would be changed, but then I have some money when I come out.
Anyway, I know I derailed the show, but I've got to put it back on the rails. I'm putting it back on the rails.
Back.
Inferno. It's a must-win for Avangar. If they want to make it to London and meet the East End boys like him and other people and so on, or just stay in the West Side, which is where the event actually is. They've got to win this match, basically. Fnatic are essentially playing. They're playing for money, but also they're playing for their bros in NIP because if Fnatic win in NIP, go to LAN. So they might have to owe them a beer or two.
They're doing a solid. They're trying to do a solid for Swedish Counter-Strike. They want Swedish Counter-Strike to succeed, to be elevated to the greatest possible heights.
I think everybody wants to see both those teams rise. It's an interesting climate at the moment because we have so many more teams now in Europe, such as Avangar, who are good strategists and they bring something that is important and we need in Counter-Strike. So it's like you want to see the rise of Fnatic and NIP, but over maybe some teams, certain types of teams. But you want to see the rise of teams like Avangar as well, who put the work in and pay attention to that detail, which I try to highlight in my own small way. Yeah, I like where European Counter-Strike is at the moment in that respect.
The funny thing is that I feel like Fnatic are, as I mentioned, well suited to deal with Avangar, but I don't think FaZe would be. I think FaZe would get really irritated with how they play, and I feel like Fnatic has a bit better team play than FaZe right now. FaZe are in a bit of a weird spot, I think, especially with Neo added recently. So if Avangar win this match, I'm pretty confident they'll qualify, personally. But if they don't win this match...
They have to beat Fnatic first.
That said, the other semifinals FaZe Optic, so I shouldn't actually... Optic are actually, I think... They're low-key a pretty solid dark horse right now, so shouldn't take that for granted.
Yeah, they could be gatekeeping, so it's all very interesting. But it's time to go into the game. Inferno. Infernus, if you are a GTA fan, it was a car in Infernus. My favorite car in GTA is called Infernus. But anyway.
Infernus Cerberus.
It's Inferno. Fnatic will start on the CT side. That.
Okay. Well, classic check down from top mids to the bottom of mid to see what's happening, what's going on. Is anyone home? No one's home. That said, there's a great risk because we've all been there. We've peeked down top mid to see if what's going on, then you get gooshed immediately, and then you feel useless for the rest of the round. You're just counting the seconds until you get shot, and everything was a waste of your time. But that won't happen to JW. It won't happen to him.
He's too good.
So B-Burst for Avangar. They're going to get all the utility in there straight away, and it will be down to Twist and Exist to defend it. Exist has an HE. That could be pretty juicy if he finds the right timing for it. Okay, the nades are coming in. Surely he pulls out the HE. Pull out the HE. Pull out the HE. Yes! 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 Oh! That's pretty good. That's pretty good. I'm pretty happy with that. And Exist and Twist doing the damage, finishing off the players as best they possibly can. It's a 3v2 in favor of Fnatic, so you have to be happy if you're a fan of Fnatic with that B defense. But Keycut will still get the plant down. He has himself a PT50. He's dead, but the bomb went down.
And that's a good example why sometimes nades are better than a smoke on pistol. Smoke, you're kind of playing for the retake or a post plant. Nade, you want to prevent that by doing as much damage as possible. So it's two different strategies you can kind of work with, but you just got to know what to do when you got the nade. you can't play the same way if you have a smoke. It's a different setup, and you got to recognize.
Indeed.
It'd be cool if you were expecting like an apps rush, and you had somebody spotting an apps while someone's holding a grenade from like graveyard or something. So a guy backs off, then a HE just comes in, boom. That would be glorious.
I've often been doing buying an HE. Sometimes I buy an HE and don't buy anything else on the CT side, or sometimes I do the HE CZ. I really like the CZ. It's awesome.
It's actually pretty common. A lot of people do smoke CZs on a map like this as well as CT
yeah.
side.
HE CZ.
Or smoke 5-7 in the rush positions, the common rush positions. Apartments, banana. I like to smoke the half wall at a timing where the T's are so close they'll try and burst through it. But then I'm always playing with random who will be standing on a site. JW gets taken out by Kika. That's a big gun gone early. Again, it's the typical hero buy from Avangar. And that one rifle has yielded a second rifle, or it will, once they get around this corner, because no one's here. Here we go. No one else has Kevlar apart from Fitch. We'll see what they choose to do. A second frag from Fitch himself with the Desert Eagle. Now he's gone. And most of the rest will be cut through like butter. Kika has to do much more. The Molotov will separate these players while the bomb tries to get planted, I think. Not going to happen. They've all backed off now. And that's bought enough time for rotation for the CTs, which is going to cause problems. However, Kika's got another kill on to exist, leaving only Twist and Crims versus 3. Again, 2 with no Kevlar. So really it's... I would still favour Fnatic, in fact. Kika really jiggling, but James delivers a headshot. And Twist is... he's left his teammate. So in that respect, there are big problems. And surely everybody collects a rifle now. Buster and James with rifles, and Twist with a lowly UMP.
Oh, weak player here, though.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's an AK. And he's got a kit. And there's no Kevlar on these two players. So if he can find heads-up duels, he probably wins them. But the problem is, you know, what does Twist know? Does he realize that there's no Kevlar? Is that something that would sway him in a 1 versus 2? Given the fact that he's burnt so much of the time now, I can't imagine he's going to be going for it. He'd have to get 2 kills immediately at this point. Okay, well, there's...
I think the position was the main thing.
Yeah.
I think he's guessing they're going to be in a crossfire, and it's almost guaranteed that they will 1v2.
Oh my goodness.
Wow, he survived that.
Yeah, you could be in the pit corner in that default plant, and it does like, I don't know, 95 damage.
I thought you
96?
needed some armor or something. Actually, does bomb go through armor completely?
I don't think it does.
I think it ignores armor.
I'm pretty sure it ignores it.
I think it affects armor, but I think it's about HP. But I cannot remember.
So you saw that round JW just getting insta-popped. So if you watch other teams, a lot of teams who play Arch, or players that play Arch, they're not so committed at holding an angle because of that reason. For the Ts, it's a right-eye peek and the peeker's advantage. So if you don't have an AWP at that spot, a lot of times you had a disadvantage if a T's just peek on you. And that's exactly what happened to JW. He lost a gun and put his team in a very awkward spot in A where Rap's open, you have a pit site crossfire, which isn't great, but still a little awkward.
Fnatic have 2 smoke grenades. Brolan and Exist. Exist towards B with a smoke grenade. Brolan in the pit with a smoke grenade. And Twist moves up, but they'll seem... oh, there's a footstep. Surely it's time to deploy the smoke grenade. Buster looking for it. It's an awkward angle to peek because you're essentially peeking Fountain at pretty much the same time. So I try to peek deep from below to avoid the Fountain angle, but here we are. It's a great headshot, great entry from Avangar. Solid anti-eco. I think the likes of INTZ and Luminosity could pay attention to some of these. They won't, but they should.
I've had years. At least, well, Luminosity at least. I've had years.
Yeah, the spacing and timing from Avangar, like a team like Luminosity, is night and day. Especially you saw from that last round specifically how slow and together Avangar was peeking that player in the CT bomb site. They're all jiggling, peeking, and just waiting for a shot to be baited, and then they wide swung together as soon as the other person shot and they knew where he was. Just very... it's not easy to do under pressure in a high-profile match in those kind of situations. It takes a lot of Discipline.
They understand the theory of the T side very well, and everybody is on the same page with what they are trying to accomplish and how you're supposed to accomplish it. And they have obviously protocols set up. They obviously watch their own demos. They obviously put the work and time in to all these details. So, yeah, you know, respect to Avangar for doing the right things as a team and a group of individuals that takes themselves seriously as professionals in the game of Counter-Strike. It's sad when you don't see that effort put in, when you see people just like massively coasting and trying to just see how long they can coast for. That's really sad, because back in my day, we didn't get paid anything. I was watching all the demos, man.
We did it with pride.
I'm watching the demos. Not even as much as I'd like, to be honest. I'm just watching. I'm just making notes of little things. But love watching me some demos.
You watch CS like 10 hours a day.
I suppose that is true. Kind of forgot about that part. JW and Roland are all that's left here for Fnatic. Avangar looking for vengeance on Inferno. The last map of the best of 3 series is Train, which I would favour Fnatic for, because Swedish people.
They love Train.
I think Fnatic will be a bigger challenge for Avangar on Inferno, though. So, while this is comfortable territory for Avangar, it is by no means guaranteed. They're up against it. Region seems to be, well, in some ways growing for Counter-Strike, but we did see that Gambit announced basically the suspension of their roster. I'm not even sure if they had a full roster at this point, and I don't really understand what's been going on with that team in the first place, because I think some people thought that maybe they were trying to move out of the space, but that doesn't seem to be the case. So it's really bizarre what has gone on over there. And with Adren making his exit from CS, it's even more bizarre. I mean, not from CS, from FaZe. So you know, because obviously they had some Kazakhs, for example, on that squad previously. And yeah, I don't know what's going on there. It seems to fall into pieces, but it was a good project, and I would like to see it come back.
They won a major. I mean, how bad it could have been.
It seems to be a curse these days, winning a major.
You win and then disband. Or go to new teams.
Well, the weird thing, well, I shouldn't say weird, but one of the good things is that what we are seeing is that you have to consistently work hard to be relevant. I feel like in the next couple of years, CS will change dramatically, the pro level, just because of the level of competitiveness. We're at a point where like there are so many good players, and the teams that like Avangar, like ENCE, you know, these teams that put in the hard work don't have the name value, put the hard work in, because there's more than enough good examples of how to play good Counter-Strike. Like it's accessible to everyone now to put that work in and do it, and you can't get off by the name value anymore. And here is the attack into B. Vanguard setting it up, and the rotation will come in for Fnatic. ECS buying so much time with the utility usage, and his teammates already there, ready to go for the retake here. JW almost able to get a shot off onto the Coffin's plant, and there's a lot of flashbangs, Molotov, a smoke grenade here for Fnatic for this retake, so they will be pretty comfortable. Really easy to Molotov the pull position from where Crims is standing, although where's Brolan? Brolan is next to him. Okay, so there we go. Here's the Molotov for pull. And the flashbangs will come in as well. Sanji's forced out into the open. He'll get taken down. Buster has to escape the position. He'll be fed into JW. Now down to James. Isolated 1 versus 3. Connects the first shot. The second shot. The hold. Can he stop it? Oh, he came off the bomb. JW, why did you come off the bomb, bro?
Was that a misclick or something? Maybe.
Oh God! I don't think he would have had it. Just about not had it, because the way James Peak was coming, but we'll see it here. Whoa.
He would have had it. I think he would have had it. It was really close.
He definitely had it, I think.
That is, oh boy. What on earth just happened there?
Did his fingers slip off the keyboard?
The blazes.
Got Cheetos on his fingers? I don't know.
Maybe it's a household pet. That's something which doesn't happen too often, which is good. So it is what it is, and it's ruined their money. My lord.
Oh dear. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Oh dear, oh dear. Twist is gonna push, and there's no one here. And they will find all the players. Crim's around the corner with the Deagle. Now it's scary to peek this. One more Deagle shot. And now in comes the CZ from behind. Twist has done a lot of damage as well, but Crims is repositioning. Oh, he's ballsed it up. He's absolutely ballsed it up.
He's nosed it right up.
Can try to save an AK now. I think
Or
that's...
an op right there. There's an op right under you.
Nah, you got to go for this. 1 versus 2 in an eco round, just as a bomb gets planted.
But I don't know. I'd take the alt man. He's got 12 HP.
Look how much money they are. It's actually, it would be smart to save. I mean, obviously you want to go for 1 on 2.
You guys
Come on.
are cowards.
Look at
1
the
versus 2,
situation.
the bombs just got planted. That's a situation.
But he has bad positioning. The
No
T's
HP.
that planted the bomb reposition themselves.
Oh! That was so close. What if he gets that kill? He should have got that kill.
He still probably died.
If he attacked instantly as the bomb was planted, I think he'd have a lot better chance. But he let the T's repositioned, and that's he had low HP, low money. It was an off down. It's only still early in the half. He doesn't need to go for it. He doesn't need it. Not yet.
1 versus 2, just as a bomb planted, and it's an AK.
Context.
Every single time I'm going for it. Every single time. If I'm surrounded by fire, I got 10 HP. I'm still going to walk through it and die and try and clutch it.
This isn't a face at pug.
It's not about pugs.
You're playing Fnatic here.
No, I am Fnatic. I'm playing Avangar.
But you're playing against 2 top teams of the world.
It's even worse. Avangar have ridiculous team play and setups.
I know, that's why you don't go for the 1 on 2 in that situation. You gotta
always.
just take it off. You just take it off.
What do you guys think at home?
Context.
Send us tweets. Tell us what you think at home.
Hashtag ECS7.
There you go,
Sanji
Dan.
popping out, trying to catch a grenade thrower. Not quite working out for him. Crims will deny him. And now there are only 2 Avangar players remaining.
If you think James is mad, at James Bardolph, you mad.
They can all buy together the next round anyway, as they have, as you can see.
Look at the lack of kits. Utility.
Who cares about that? They still got the AWP. So it's all good. It's all good.
Luckily, it
Going
worked
for
out
every
this
time.
round. Luckily, it worked.
James, Siggy, what are you doing in that situation? Are you clutching? Are you saving?
In a face it pug?
No,
I'm
not a
going
face
for
it pug. In a match. Come on. In a match.
Official match, I'm saving.
You guys are cowards, man. I'm
James,
disappointed in you
did
guys.
you play any CS?
I'm solo queuing from now on.
Did you play any CS last night?
Clearly, I'm playing with mice.
Did you play any CS last night, James?
I went to play football and I was tired, so I went to bed. I didn't go to play any games. No.
Okay, you to escape the 3 dig, James.
Oh boy. You had to go there.
Your daily reminder.
You had to go
daily
there.
reminder. Your
It's
motivation.
Motivation.
It's motivation.
I need to win 1 quick pug just to get this guy off my back.
Get this guy off my back.
I'm 2 wins away from 60 wins, like in a month or something. I'm going to get 12,500 face it points.
Nice. What are you going to spend them on?
I don't know.
Just rename, rebrand.
Normally I donate them to a hub.
Reset the elo.
P250 sand dune.
Okay, guys.
You know, I have a bunch of face it points. Just
Can't believe all you guys are
What can I
saving.
do?
You can buy anyway in the next round, man. What if the AWP wasn't there? You still saving?
Yes.
I mean, he didn't
You
have a
guys are
kit.
scared. Why are you on the server if you're scared, man?
He didn't have a kit.
It's got no crit. It's got 12 HP.
It's not 15
They
or
got
14,
post.
15.
They got
It's-
post spawn setup. They've had loads of
It's
time.
like round 4. It's a long game. If you have more op, more money.
It's true. You can wreck them in the next
What
round.
if you got more rounds?
Okay, if
I'm
I could
all in.
see the future. If they lose 16-14, yeah, then maybe go for it. But you can't tell the future, James.
5-2 for Avangar, and maybe it will be 6 because they get the first pick in this round. That's a solid headshot from the logs. Twist was caught. He took something for granted. He was punished for doing so. Now what is the response? Standing on the sofa in the apartment. Bad behavior from Avangar. 2 players moving through the apartments. No sound cues from Avangar whatsoever. You've got no idea if they're on banana or not. And as you can see, it's pretty dangerous to try and find out.
This burst is going to be really interesting. Have they been throwing the bolt smoke? Because it'd be interesting if you'd be throwing that a few rounds as a lurk and then you actually do use it as a point of execution. But it looks like they'll go contact and just a flashbang. And will it work out? Well, there's a trader 1-for-1. That's not bad. JW, how much damage can he get? That's an important factor. Ooh, that's a chance, but only a slim one, which JW will not be able to capitalize on. And he's going to be forced back. So this actually looks like a convincing argument to save. And indeed, JW will fall back. Nice little push from Avangar. I know I teased you about the three digits, James, but we'll take you into the hyperbolic time chamber and you'll emerge like Goku with 2500 elo after a week.
That's a lot.
That's good elo.
I
That's
should
a lot of
be
elo.
minimum level 7. I'm
Then-
not saying I should be level 10.
then you
I don't
can-
have the aim for level 10, but I should be at least level 7.
I think you can have it. I think you could definitely have the aim for level 10. With some tweaking, James, you can definitely do it. Do it.
You just gotta believe in yourself, James.
No, he needs to change his.
Don't set the ceiling. Don't set the ceiling so low for
Belief
yourself.
only goes
That's
so
not
far.
the ceiling.
Eric.
That's the base.
Belief only goes
That's
so
the
far.
bottom, not the top.
There is definitely some things that you can fix, James. I actually think that you have a backwards problem. Most people have a problem in theory. I think your problem is in the mechanics, and I think mechanics is easy to fix. I think if you fix it, you actually skyrocket, and if you solo queue, you'll get to level 10 very quickly. I think, my honest opinion. But we have a conservative approach here in Banana from Fnatic, actually. They're being conservative. Look how tentative this is. This is not like just
so
dumping
slow.
everything at once. It's like one, then the next nade, then a bit of humming and hawing, another nade's coming in, then the peaks coming in. I like the tempo of this is quite interesting. It's very
It's odd.
intermittent,
Yeah.
but it works out for Fnatic. They get a kill and they fall back. And Avangar haven't really gained too much map control. They have apartments, but that's basically it. It looks like they want to get control of Banana late. Can they do it? He's thrown the bomb into the crawl space. There's rats in there.
Bugs. Spiders.
Creeping towards B. Twist has a flash. He's by the well. Exists up top. Does he reposition now? Ooh, Fitch taking a lot of damage. We are seeing more grenades being bounced towards the grill position where the bomb gets planted from behind the smoke. But on this occasion, they aren't in position to do it, but they are in position to just wait out these smoke grenades. 5 versus 3 retake. Fitch and Kika with a combined 20 HP. Surely this is one cannot be done unless James kills everyone, which does happen from time to time, but this might be too much to ask, or is it? Now it's a 3 versus 2 from a 3 versus 5, and it gets even worse. Fnatic getting deleted, barely getting close to the site. JW wonders what has happened to his teammates, like they've run into a Gatling gun. He will try to deny an exit, but that's all he can do.
Wow, what a post-plant hold from Avangar. Jamie, and Avangar in general, knowing that when you're down in numbers, you sometimes have to make a play. You can't just play passive. You have to peek. You have to take the shots, and Jamie just was getting kills. Those 3 kills helped out huge.
They're so good at getting the bomb plants. I really, really like that. This is actually something, again, if you like to talk about the theory of T-side CS, like where do you have your most advantage when you're playing a post plant? You know, you create the situation where you flip the script, and instead of you playing against the time, you've now got the CTs playing against the time, which could, you know, and you're playing the defense, and the CTs have to play aggression into your setups. That's where you want to play every round from that spot if you possibly can. So how do you get to that spot, that very advantageous position? Avangar are quite good at finding the bomb plants. So
Kind of goes with the slow play style. I mean, generally CTs use their nades a little earlier to slow down the Ts, to smoke out choke points, Molotov corners and stuff. And when you play the slow play style like Avangar and kind of grouped up, it kind of, I mean, at that point it forces a utility war. Who has more utility during the execution of the strat?
oh, they're just going to walk out. There's a couple flashbangs. That's so well timed. Oh my god, those chain flashes absolutely wrecked Exist. An exposed Twist. Exist dancing around the smoke. And with that, he's able to actually keep himself alive, but for how long? They know he's back in. Ooh. Oh wow, he's getting some extra damage in, but eventually he'll be taken down, and the save from James.
This is Wiles on the B bomb site. I can't imagine we'll see a mirror of the previous. Broland trying to invite a bullet or two, but maybe too many received, and it will be a mirror. JW backing off once again. Double peek. I think he realized what was going on. I think he saw a shoulder. Or did he?
Wow, that was weird.
Time to run away. Just give it up. Run away. Plenty of time and space to escape.
Such a weird peek from JW, but it even made Jamie kind of miss his shot in the process because it's just so... Like, you imagine an opper trying to save a gun, jumping to the right, just take a shot like that. So random.
It's very JW.
Avangar looking really good on their T side.
Yeah, it's really cool. I think it was yesterday we saw them play Train, correct? Yesterday, and it was their T side where I think was it they kept planting B but not having good setups, or like it was uninspired. I forget exactly. We'll see potentially, you know, the Train between these two teams if Avangar are able to win this one. Train is it Overpass or is it Train the last map?
Train.
It's Train. Okay, yeah. Okay, I'm curious about that because indeed, as you say, you're completely right. Their T side's been really good. They have been sort of systematically like pushing Fnatic back and just coordinating really well to bomb sites. And those chain flashes in the previous round that wrecked Exist, Exist played really well to actually survive so long and actually do his best job in having impact there. But he was alone because the chain flashes broke the ability for there to be team play on the bomb site for the CTs, and that's the name of the game. You know, the CTs will have the best defensive setups, crossfires, and all the rest. If you split the defense in a way where they're isolate from each other, they are significantly weaker. And Avangar use their utility very well to achieve that.
Can't stress it enough on how important chain flashes are when you execute towards bomb sites.
Well, that flash came too late to save Twist, standing in the middle of the smoke. Seems that there was a realization from Avangar that might be the case. The spread of bullets was enough. 37 seconds for their man advantage. It's a late man advantage. 3 players holding steadfast on the A bomb site. Got Kika trying to make a play, and Exist is so far back that he doesn't know if it's 1 player there or 4. But it will be the A bomb site. Now they've pulled Broland, they pulled JW3 out of position, but JW, Crims and Broland will deliver on the A bomb site. All the names getting mixed up. There's a close one from Crims, making that one look really easy and pedestrian. Just a 3rd round though for Fnatic. To the 8 of Avangar. They really need to pull some stuff back, some rounds back here.
This could be the round to almost try to start the momentum. Avangar does have enough for guns, but their money was kind of lacking, so they're going to be kind of low in the utility department. And if Avangar will do their slow strat, they're going to have to be really disciplined of saving as much utility as possible if they want to, you know, continue their slow roll.
Ooh. James going for the pick against JW. JW winning the battle. I like that it's Fnatic put 3 Banana at the very start just to get the nades hit. I think it's very expected. Shadow there for Buster. Play off of. It's very expected to go for a fast Banana rush as Eric highlighted. If you have low utility but you want to have quick impact, you can get fights towards Banana. You can get control towards Banana. You can try to go all in towards Banana, or at the very least, reasonably expect a 3v4. Now it's kind of gone worst case because instead of getting the bodies in on Banana, it was Buster alone basically, and James died towards middle trying to take down JW. So now they try to walk in, and you can see that the problem compounds. They can't really try to do it any other way other than contact in that position, and it doesn't look very good when it goes wrong.
It's going to be the Avangar save.
Money's gone down a sieve. Lost down a broken hourglass. In the bin. Through the sink in the macerator.
Have you ever done any baking, James? That's a random question.
I don't believe I have, no.
I feel like I see a future in Bardolph's Bakery.
What kind of
You see me baking. I'm a caveman. I break things and use great force.
Exactly, but the contrast of a bakery, of Bardolph's Bakery, I think there's something to that.
Contrasting is good in life, but I'm not going to be doing any baking. I'll be breaking, not baking. Bottles breakery.
There's a lot of eggs
bottle.
and bacon.
Wait.
There's a lot of eggs and bacon, James. You could break your eggs. That's where you can get it.
But I'll just eat the eggs. It would never get to the baking.
You can eat eggs raw.
No, but I could just cook the egg. If I'm in a kitchen and there's eggs, I'll cook the eggs.
You gotta
Never mind the baking.
You got to put it in the mixing bowl, though.
No, that's too complicated. I can't do that. I'm a simple man. I see door, I pull door open, or the handle comes off sometimes.
Usually means push instead of pulling. But it's okay.
So it's another hero rifle play. This time it's the sniper rifle. James will have to do a lot. He needs his team alive to make plays off of his to collect weapons from the fallen bodies. Brolan with the grenade timing. And we wait. Avangar moving around, showing presence, or at least with audio cues. But really, it's about James trying to get something done. Trying to bait, trying to find the information.
I like that because you're much higher than expected on a slither peak. Okay, he's using that railing to elevate his position even more for the baits. I like it. It's nice. Flashbang. JW has to fall back to another position. One flashbang, and JW is forced back. What also has happened, because of that flashbang, there is now a timing that Avangar, if they wanted, could double back towards the B-bomb side, and there will be a delay in Fnatic taking top mid for info. So Avangar, understanding these timings, they're moving quite quickly.
I think
they're leaving a player on top mid.
I think
as
the
well.
key for this to work, though, is Jamie, I think, has to get a kill in this situation. I mean, there's only 30 seconds left. You have to make an appearance like you're still in middle.
Yeah, JW just Twitch just checked, and that's why he's rotating. He just checked top mid. But that might send players back to A indeed. We see Brolan going back to A. So as you say, the kill happens. Also, Twist goes back to A as well. So indeed, this is a this is a great round from Avangar. This is great Inferno theory demonstrated right now. And if you look at what Avangar have, they've got pistols. So they're showing you the power of taking position away, the power of presence, the power of good timing, the power of deceit.
That was so close. Sanji missed his bomb plant mark, which can be kind of easy in that spot. It'd been round over.
Lots of sound cues, easy spray from Brolan. The awareness is fantastic. 2 versus 2. The AWP is long gone. It is naked players versus armored players, so the MP9 won't be an issue in terms of range. They just need to cut to pieces. But that bomb's really ticked. Both these players have got kits, but he's got to clear this quickly. Nice pre-fire from Brolan. Where is the last player? And Sanji putting Crims down to 7 HP. One more bullet, and maybe that round would be won because there isn't enough time for Brolan to face and defuse the bomb. But here we are. It's a great round, however, from Avangar. Really fun to watch. And again, I mentioned at the beginning of before the game started, James is going to hold an angle for ages, and you're going to look for information, and you're going to get shot. And that was a perfect example of that, and look what it allowed them to do.
Not a big fan of their post plant, even though they had pistols and whatnot. I mean, Fnatic only had 2 players left alive, and they have to defuse the bomb. Why peek at all from the new box? Just hide and make them. Even if you have to hide in the corner and then have to wide swing on you, at that spot new box, it's so much time for the CTs to clear that spot.
Straight from Brolan, he knows exactly what's going on. Great stuff from him. Doing so much damage, that's unbelievable. That's the round over, surely. Oh god, Brolan is unstoppable. Orb comes out. Maybe if he kept the Orb out with the health on Buster as it is, he would have got the kill, but the Flames will do the job.
Wow.
Nice round from Brolan, and indeed. That round actually from Avangar with the P250s and so on, I would be so happy just to take that clip and just put it on the internet and just say, look, this is what Inferno is about. It's literally what Inferno is about on the T side.
Yeah.
It's what it's about. And it's such a good demonstration. I like rounds like that, which demonstrate the basic theory so well. But here we are, 8-6. It's a pretty decent comeback from Fnatic. They've got 4 rounds in a row, and they're looking pretty good for this last one. They got a better weaponry.
Slow. You can't do this now.
Sure you can.
Of course you can. It's Fnatic.
That's way too slow.
It's Fnatic.
You gotta do it on the run.
That's why they went for the clutch.
But they lost.
Don't be outcome oriented, Eric.
On the noggin.
But you'd be saying, well, they won if they would have won, right?
Rat-a-tat-tat-tats. Org.
For the record, I would not be saying they won, so it's fine. I resent and reject that accusation.
That's good that you acknowledge it.
JW has top mid. No peek into Jame necessary. Jame with the CZ rather than the AWP. Bomb moving towards Banana. Well, it's in Banana. Moving towards B. Deep flashbang. Take the angle away from Porch. A shot through the smoke. Fitch will take a gamble, it seems. He hears the scope is far away. Doesn't know if anyone's covering it, though. So, in the meantime, Sanji has gone through towards B with the AK-47. He sees one of the players, gets shot in the back of the face, and it's Kika and Jame remaining. Pistols only. As we move towards the end of the first half, maybe he can collect something. There's no cover to collect the AUG. To stop him from collecting it. Kika moving into CT. He's been expected. They're waiting for him. They know that Jame is the last player. And there is the last player, and that is the 7th round for Fnatic. Once again, it is close at half time, but it's all eyes on Avangar, who try to pull it back. They must win everything. Will they win Inferno? Find out after the break.
Since way back, man roll around and spray that, man make shoot and spray that.
Yo, man pull up, ain't talking a reload. Bust doors, no need for a key though. Man I take aim, but this ain't a free throw. Don't man I bustin' if you're coming at me though. Bustin' if you're coming at me though. Bustin' if you're coming at me though. Man I take aim, no free throw. No man I bustin' if you're coming at me though. Man pull up, ain't talking a reload. Bust doors, no need for a key though. Man I take aim, but this ain't a free throw. No man I bustin' if you're coming at me though. Bustin' if you're coming at me though. Bustin' if you're coming at me though. Man I take aim, no free throw. No man I bustin' if you're coming at me though. Bustin' if you're coming, no put it out. Get a pun, but I mean no shaking out. Meaning if it's on, then it's on, stay looking out. On-site gas, so it's fire, no cooking out. Run, you insane, no bolting. Book for the wall, you're coping. You're a pump, only right, you're soaking. Not off the loud, brother, ain't smoking. Don't know what you're chat for. Why you front, have you running for the back door? Man took offense, why you thinking that's a tap for? Man, I leave more holes in you than a crack hole, too raw. That's how the beef come. Know it well, and that's how the beef done. There's no rules, though, that's how the street run. Man, I get light, see sun, let the week done.
Try no man, don't play that, don't play that. Been like that since way back, Man roll around and spray that, Man make shoot and spray that. Try no man, don't play that, don't play that. Been like that since way back, Man roll around and spray that, Man make shoot and spray that.
Yo, man pull up, ain't talking a reload. Bust doors, no need for a key though. Man I take aim, but this ain't a free throw. No man I bustin' if you're coming at me though. Bustin' if you're coming at me though. Bustin' if you're coming at me though. Man I take aim, no free throw. No man I bustin' if you're coming at me though. Man pull up, ain't talking a reload. Bust doors, no need for a key though. Man I take aim, but this ain't a free throw. No man I bustin' if you're coming at me though. Bustin' if you're coming at me though. Bustin' if you're coming at me though. Man I take aim, no free throw. No man I bustin' if you're coming at me though.
Welcome back, everybody.
Hello. We returneth. Fnatic will be on a T side now. Twist and Brolan have grenades. No one with P250. We've got a HE set up on Banana once more, and Fnatic starts slow. Maybe HE's more expectant at the moment on Banana. Will slowly creep. Twist's turn to stand on the logs. There is a HE to fade away. That it will not be satisfactory damage when you consider what could be.
But it could always be more, though. So would you ever be satisfied?
Yes. More.
Well, Kiko just shouldering the angle here to be ready for the smoke. There it is. And will they run through that? They have no flash. Oh, there is actually there is a flash. Oh, HE as well. So good damage done with the HEs onto Keycut. Could have been a lot more for sure, as he has no Kevlar. He's the only guy with no Kevlar, actually. And there they go, into the bomb site, looking for the headshots. CTs all over the place, but they will slowly be removed. How much damage can they do? Buster still in position, swapping out for the Glock. How much? But 2 bullets left. Exist will find the bullets and place it neatly inside of Buster's skull. 2 versus 2 now, as the Fnatic players will overwhelm.
2 versus 0.
You know,
2 versus 0.
if I was a person to ask an
You are a
interview from anyone from Avangar, thank you, James, I appreciate that. I would actually interview Sanji. The reason why is asking him why is he doing so
Why
poorly.
are you 3 and 12, mate?
Why is he doing so poorly in online matches?
Right, right.
On LAN, he was nearly one of the MVPs of Avangar when they won that Rio event. But online, ever since, he's been almost atrocious.
He's an on-laner.
I'm curious on why there's such a big difference. I mean, I know online LAN's a totally different game, but some of the online or LAN should transfer to online, right? Some of it should.
Who knows? Who knows? One thing though, I'm pretty sure, James, it's Brolan as opposed to Brolan. I know you're saying bro a lot recently.
Bro, man.
Bro.
I like to say bro. So I don't know if you're doing it by.
I don't want donations on my stream. I want bro nations. I want them bro nations.
There you go.
I actually have somebody came in my chat and said, "Oh, can I make you little those panels underneath your stream?" And I was like,
Yes.
"Sure, go for it." But I wanted to say bro nations. Girls welcome as well. Girls can be bros. Kika can be the last one to fall for Avangar. 3-play survive for Fnatic. Let's see if Brolan keeps the UMP.
Brolan.
Brolan 2019.
Broing.
So forwards we go. Avangar only 2 towards A at the beginning of the round, somewhat standard here for the Infernos, the Bananas, the AWPs. The advantages taken by the CT side, and the default continues for Fnatic as they will move on to apartments. Having lost one player very, very early, they still have a lot of options. This is a nice one. That's a nice one. That's beautiful. I like that a lot. It means you don't necessarily have to use a smoke in that position. Pretty awesome from Fnatic. Jame doing more damage though with the AWP. Putting one between the eyes of Twists. And also JW. And also Crim. So everyone is open game for Jame to get the ace.
Ace.
Isn't that lovely? Isn't that just fantastic?
Made it look very, very pedestrian.
He did make it look
Quite simple indeed. 1 by 1. JW stuck trying to get around the corner again and just scopes in, sees the target. He's got teammates to run distraction for him because everyone's alive and he just punishes and punishes.
And quick thought for those of you watching and that play a lot of CS, Jame got the first pick on Banana. They had 3 players there. He immediately rotates. One of the things that will happen if a team feels like, oh, we don't have a timing to get Banana right now, we're doing later on, is they'll then go for the top mid or apartments take. So what happens is you rotate the AWP to that part of the map. You can very easily get that second kill, as we saw Jame get. Obviously, he converted it even further, but he knows where they're going to rotate to at that point in the round, given what happens. So that's something to bear in mind, like understanding how to rotate the AWP around to always be in the action. As the AWP has a very special characteristic in that it is untradeable. If someone actually moves into an angle, such as those angles we see, like let's say they're going towards boiler and you're on that porch peak, you're going to get that shot. It's pretty difficult to trade that. That's actually one of the more tradable angles if there's teammates close, but generally speaking, if you're not expecting an AWP, you're probably not going to trade it.
I also really like what Fitch did that round. He saw the wrap. Instead of fighting them, he fell back and played it the safe angle. Because obviously at this level, I mean, you're like, oh, Eco, let me peek.
For Banana.
It's a lot.
For Banana.
Sounds like a song.
And then they rotate back.
We've seen that from Avangar before.
Yeah.
A Molotov down mid to contain them, and then a carpet bomb. We copied this in matchmaking, got it 5 versus 2, and then lost the round somehow. But it is a pretty awesome strat.
Oh god. Were you playing with the lads?
Yeah.
Come on, guys.
And some randoms, 2 randoms.
Oh.
I blame the randoms.
But everyone else, American way.
1 minute on the clock after the exchange of grenades. Crims has a Desert Eagle. So he'll have to rely on his teammates to make that change. Rotation from Fitch again. If the T's are behind the sandbags, they would hear him from running up Speedway, so he walks so as not to give the information away that there are 3 towards B.
Oh, that was good timing. Oh my god. That is very unfortunate for Fnatic. And look at the angle here. He's very, very far away from the half wall, so he gets to see the body just a little bit ahead of time, also because he's got the right eye peak.
Right eye peak.
It's a very strong position from that sense. It's a really, really strong angle for the CTs. You need to have flashbangs for it, really. And, well, that's going to be pretty flat for Fnatic. And this is not, this is not the time for them to be losing momentum. I think, Fnatic are a great team, but Avangar are very dangerous. They're a very, very dangerous team. You want to close them down in 2 maps. You do not want to go a 3rd map if you can avoid it. And Fnatic have a pretty good scoreline here, but T-side is a different beast. Where will James go? James going towards A. He's going towards mids. Yes, there we go. Oh!
That's how you do it. That's how you do it.
You later because you're still around. He didn't die. That's okay though. It looks great.
Look beautiful.
We can pretend that someone died.
I will never pretend.
Okay, I'll pretend something. Oh, you cheeky boy. You cheeky boy. He's going for a deeper peek. Guardian used to throw the Molotov down so he could take peeks without players being able to trade him who are in the close positions. Nice reaction from James, and he gets out of there. Not quite scot-free. He goes down to 8 HP, but he's done some damage. He's thinned out the numbers.
Considering he just double scoped it, that's really impressive that he managed to get that double peek on Arch, and they'll just about finish the job over there. Now back in the short position, Fitch is getting tagged through the smoke. Bad position maybe. Not expecting Fnatic to creep, but they creep. Buster keeping an eye on Banana in the meantime. There's still a minute on the clock for Fnatic to try and do something. Pulling Avangar from pillar to post. They're showing presence pretty much everywhere on the map at the same time. Really hard to react to as a CT, especially when you're a man down.
Especially when you're a man down. They will creep now through the apartments, hoping to make something work, to create something from nothing. But only God can create something from nothing.
In theory.
Let's not get religious. Some people are, not. Or...
Well, also the point there is if you are in any way atheist, it obviously is impossible to create something from nothing. Everything is created from stuff that's already existed from the Big Bang. Although to ask the question what happened before that or how that came into existence is rather mind-bending. So we won't go through
Production,
through
please
that.
cut the mic.
Then you call about
Just-
string theories
we'll just
and
do it
different
two-man.
universe, multiverse.
It's a 2-man show now. It's me and the Bears.
Nice.
Dan's lost his mind.
He's in space.
Just more intelligent.
Let's get this guy a cat with a big D on it.
Dan's the bully now today.
Hey man, if you can't step to this. But it's fine. We're in the gun round. Come on guys, let's get it together.
Yeah, let's. I think you're actually insane.
It's good. A lot of geniuses are, right, Dan?
Absolutely.
Brolan has got problems on Banana. More grenades coming his way, trying to find his way out, but he's unable to do it. Fnatic are getting choked out, smoked out, and scoped out in this round at the moment, and this half, really. Avangar now 4 versus 3, but it seems that the Tides is... never mind. Twist will get traded, and it may still be a strong position for Avangar, all things considered. But they've got to win the duels. Down to a 2 versus 2 now. Sanji will get picked off, leaving Buster alone in a 1 versus 2. JW's picked up an AWP. Will there be post-plant positions, however? He's in the pit, exists on the site. They've got the crossfire, and they should be good to go.
Buster. It's 1v2, James. Why isn't he going for it?
I think he is going for it.
And I think he's waiting to see if there's a push. that's kind of the thing. You need it at this level of play. You kind of need that mistake, that glaring mistake, and then you to be able to capitalize on it. And now
That's the mistake that you wanted to see.
that's the mistake. There you go. But he is fed into the upper JW, so it's all fine and good.
I think if he was going to go for it, he should have went a lot earlier.
Yeah.
As the person's playing the bomb, because he was kind of in a good spot. He was by the boiler area when the bomb was being put down. Even though he was smoked out, he had a really good idea where one of the players are, and that's really good information in a 2-on-1. If you know where one person is, it makes it way easier to actually win the 1-on-2. But he backed off, let the teams reposition, and then it gets kind of dicey. You have to rely on, as you said, mistakes from the other team than actually making the play.
Banana being held onto for the time being. Buster beyond the smoke grenade. He's got to reposition before he gets sprayed down. He manages to do that. He's got support as well. Support's always good on Banana. 3 plays there in total for Avangar. Fnatic have put Avangar in a spot where they've got some shortcomings now. Sanjuna Desert Eagle, but Avangar looks so strong on their CT side. I think this is still going to be a struggle for the likes of Fnatic, and now the jewels are being won again. Keycat's everywhere. Such an important player for Avangar. And they hold down Banana for now.
Yeah, he's so consistent. It's really cool to see.
He has really good crosshair placement that I notice.
Yes.
Like every time he aims, he barely moves his crosshair. It's kind of impressive, actually.
That's actually one of the cool things about Woxic, is that Woxic has really good crosshair placement sometimes as well, and considering how hard it is to control his sends, it's very important, honestly. Yeah. Which is interesting, because as a quick digression, Simple also has a very high sense, but nothing close to Woxic. I think Woxic sense is over 2.5 times as fast as Simple's, and Simple has a high sense. And Simple's crosshair place is not amazing, so a lot of the time.
He's an aimer.
He is an aimer, as are Fnatic players. And they're going to try to storm the bomb site here, and Fitch is at the back, and there's so little time for Fnatic. They can't really afford for anything to go wrong. Crims he's got to go for the fake. He doesn't have time to clear out the site. Oh, that's a good effort there. Almost taking down Sanji through the smoke. Would have been the play to get the bomb down, but unfortunately, it's only so much he can realistically do in that position, and Avangar pick up the round. They are on such a streak here, such a tear, that it seems like they might be closing this on the CT side here. Fnatic's starting to struggle to put the rounds together, and they're going to be on a save here. So Avangar likely to get to this 14-round spot. It's a good lead.
Yeah, Vanguard's just doing a good job of mixing it up, playing heavy B, stacking in the right place at the right time. Fnatic kind of looks like they're in a funk here on their T side. I wouldn't be surprised if an A pop would really work against the Avangar, just because of sometimes you're playing a lot of 3B. A lot of 3B setups from the Avangar. But Fnatic doesn't really know that. We do, because we see it.
This might be a quick one, and it is. 14 rounds for Avangar. Fnatic basically won 1 round in his half. Pistol and so on doesn't count. It's about buys, and it's just a 1 round. Avangar solid on Inferno as expected. Again, Train is the deciding map should it be required. Fnatic a map up at the moment, looking to gatekeep Avangar from the ECS finals. And here we go, a really big buy from both these sides now. Just 1 AWP on Jame, and that is going to be a problem for Fnatic to deal with. Not shy to peek into the middle position. He knows one's in the pit, and there's an early frag immediately. So hard to challenge him in situations like that. He delivers time and time again. 22 frags now up there with Keycurt. Close to another one. Repositioning. He's everywhere.
Keycurt with a very close position and a re-smoke. Now, these positions are great because you do it every so often, and you play your AWP by the half wall, and there's certain spots where you can really bait a team to try to play through the smoke and you annihilate everyone. But you also give yourself this option when you know it's absolutely a play in towards top mid. Oh, he's annihilated absolutely everyone. Crims as well. And that's the power of that play. Sometimes you don't always find that good of a timing, but you're always going to probably pick off at least one. So strong. He hears the running. He gambles it. Nor's holding the smoke. You very rarely expect to see this, but he's pulled it out that one time when it really counts, and it gets them to game point.
That is really strong. Look at the damage it's done to Fnatic's economy as well. We've got the Galil, we've got the UMP, we've got a shortcomings in their grenades. I wouldn't say lack of grenades because there are lots of grenades. Not as many as there are on the Avangar side. They've got everything they want, and another change in the configuration of the CT side, and the gimmick got to stand. And a gimmick like this, what's going on? How's that a thing? How did that take so long? You have to, a gimmick like this, a gimmick round, could be enough to crush. It's potentially the last round, so this could be absolutely brutal for Fnatic.
Trio of kills there for Avangar. They have defended very, very well. They had the setup, and that's it. 16-10. We're going to a third map between these two teams. Very well played by Avangar.
Vanguard, very solid, just overall team play on both T and CT side. Fnatic really couldn't find a feeling on their T side. Vanguard had just really good rotation, good map control, take banana, stacking A when Fnatic was going to hit A. Just overall, it looked like Vanguard just knew what Fnatic was doing almost all rounds.
Jaime and Kika very, very instrumental in this victory as always. But again, it is always a team effort as well with Vanguard. Lots of things you don't see on screen or don't appreciate. But yeah, some outstanding performances from them. But Vanguard, I expected them to be pretty strong on Inferno. For the most part, they were, especially on their CT side. Very, very strong indeed. Lots to learn from people, for people from them. And we move to train. It's wide open now.
Absolutely. It is very interesting, the matchup between these two teams. I think on Mirage, Fnatic were able to show their strength, but here at Vanguard, their team play, their setups really shine through. Train, I feel like, is a really good, even playing ground for both of these sides. I'm curious how Fnatic will handle the utility usage of Avangar and their slower pace, but equally, Fnatic's explosiveness is very dangerous, as we saw.
Yeah, really nice stuff. Almost 2,700 damage for Kika, which indicates a very, very strong performance indeed, heading towards that 3,000 damage mark. So it is Train to be the decider between these two teams. We will head to a break. When we're back, we'll see if Avangar can hold on and continue to force their path to the ECS finals.